Hello. A couple of days ago, a review of mine appeared in The Guardian, and it was of a writing manual, Elizabeth McCracken's A Long Game, How to Write Fiction, and I liked it a lot. I'm going to definitely adopt this book as one of the ones that I recommend to students. I'm not sure if it's quite top of the list. It would certainly be top of the list for someone who needs freeing from a load of hang-ups about seeing writing as some kind of high calling that they need to live up to. This is a very kind of dirty book. It's a funny book, but it's very honest about things like bitterness and revenge and jealousy and some of the negative things, negative experiences of the past, being bullied, all that kind of stuff that goes into making writers, making people who want to be writers. Elizabeth McCracken, there was so much in this that I wanted to quote. This is what I'm doing today, the first of a literature review. I'm going to do mini reviews of a number of writing manuals that I've read in preparation for writing on drafting, and so this is the first. I'm going to put a link into the Guardian review. I wish I'd been able to quote the whole of section 3 because it gives Elizabeth McCracken's attitude. She's very unconventional about writing manuals, and this is her critique. This is a book that dispenses advice composed by a writer of fiction. As with any such book or craft talk or social media rant or workshop critique, a lot of it is hogwash. I'm talking to myself, that's all writers really do. Give speeches to the mirror, whisper into a shell on the beach, find a stranger in a dive bar. Teach. Eventually the odd writer is driven to write a book about writing. Craft books, these volumes are called. Chipper, cheerleaderish, generally, with an encouraging second-person narrator, meant to make the whole exhausting process of writing a book seem possible. You can do it. It's a reasonable stance. You'll never stand on the winner's podium if you can't get off the starting block. But I don't know if I can write a book. I don't know if I can write a book. I don't know if I can write this book, though over the past 30 years I've published 4 novels, 3 collections of short stories and a memoir, and have written several more unpublished books. How many? We won't speak of that yet. Everything that I have ever believed was true and immutable about my work has changed. Only certain obsessions remain. A writing life, I've come to believe, is a years-long process of casting away everything you once believed for sure. I think that's fantastic. I think Elizabeth McCracken has managed to nail down a lot of very true things about attitudes to writing, and a lot that she's managed to nail down is actually vagueness, although that sounds paradoxical. She is very good on where it is useful to be unsure and blurry and to be tricking yourself into doing something rather than doing it with conscious mastery. What about the downsides, things that I didn't like about it? Well, hardly anything at all. It's not a practical writing guide. There's some guidance about point of view and narrative position, but it's not a technical manual. Instead, it's about getting your head in the right place. It's about a reset from an over-romanticized view of writers as somehow above things that are petty, above being jealous and using jealousy as a way to make themselves right. Here is section 231, and this is a kind of puritanism. This is a forcing yourself back to the desk, but it's also being very honest about where some writers get their energy from. I'm going to finish with this. From Elizabeth McCracken's A Long Game, published this month by Jonathan Cape, and thoroughly recommended. The cure for all writerly maladies, she says, is work. This is particularly true for jealousy over somebody else's work or career. If you're feeling competitive with somebody else's writing, take that energy and go to your desk. If you're worried about what will happen to your work when you've finished, dive into your work. If you wonder what it's all for, work. If reading these words makes you irritated and you want to explain to me how it's not that easy, I understand. Take that irritation and write a paragraph. Thanks for listening. Please like, share and subscribe, and I hope to see you tomorrow.